All right, today is Monday, August 31st, 2020. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. Our main update for today is our Sidecar release status. So let's go down the list. Let's see, on Friday, I released the provisioner attacher, node driver registrar, and liveness probe sidecars. I think the images are promoted too, so they should be publicly available now. Next, we have the Snapshotter.
So we got the big PRs merged. Webhook one is merged. There are two more PRs that I want to get in. One is the fix for the finalizer. Xiang Chen has reviewed it, given some comments, so I addressed the comments. I'll ping him to review that again. Another PR is to change the API extension thing to V1. So that one, I think waiting for the author to update the PR, address
Okay.
those two.
I pinned Xiang did we also? Okay. Because I remember there was like a specific reason we didn't go with V1 when we originally.
I asked Xiang Chen to take a look. So he is, I assigned that to him. So
okay.
I will make sure that he take a look before we are, He didn't say anything when last time. He was just saying waiting for Andy's PR to merge it first. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'll make sure he take a look.
I'll sync up with him then. Sure.
Okay. But yeah,
right,
if we don't do that, I think it's deprecated or something.
It's deprecated, but that should just be like a warning. It shouldn't actually fail things.
That's I think that's some Helm chart from the Rook side. That was failing. I think they are requiring. Yeah, but that's that's why. Yeah, but that's their problem. I mean, so let's see if there's any reason. But I think still we should not be like staying at this forever.
Yeah,
seems weird.
Agree.
So let's see what. I'll see what Xiang Chen says. So, but he should be aware of that now since I assigned that to him. So
sounds good.
You remember what that is.
All right. Awesome. All right. So we're basically waiting on 2 more PRs.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Is Hamat around? Nope. I think he's been working on getting the resizer ready. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a release for it. I'm not sure what it's waiting on. I'll sync up with him offline. And then we have the health monitor.
So that one, I addressed your comments. Can you take a look at the changelog? So
okay.
I think that one is ready.
Sounds good. And then mock driver CSI
that
test.
That I cut it already.
Awesome. Great. Okay, and then let's see, host path driver, we need to wait until Snapshotter and resizer. All right. Okay, image publishing. Is there anything left here other than switching our images?
I don't think so.
We still have some cleanup stuff, right, to like completely get off of Travis?
Yeah, I'm not even sure whether we track that in that one CSI release tools issue.
Okay, we can open up a new issue to track that then, I guess. I guess we have also that canary thing to figure out.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
it's actually worth documenting that somewhere. We can still use that one issue if we want. Let me see.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think I will, from like a 119 perspective, I think we're okay. So I'm gonna just put this into done, and we can either reuse the same bug or something to track the further work. All right, next is Windows Beta. I believe Deep said that they are targeting this week to do a release. So I'll sync up with Deep again to double check on that, but I think they are also very close for a release. Volume health is done, right? Besides like the actually releasing the sidecars.
Just the change log. That PR needs to be merged. So waiting for you to take a look after the syncing. And and then otherwise it's done.
Sounds good. And then we talked about snapshots already.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Moving to PRs that need attention. Is this the this is the metric stuff? Enabling metrics for CSI plugins. Okay. I will go ahead and take a look at that. Any other topics?
See, that metrics thing, is that like a general? Once you enabled all the CSI driver will just have that without additional
basically
changes?
Yeah, so Patrick is adding a library to collect metrics from the plugin side of things, because right now we only have metrics on the sidecar side. So this is the other side. And then your CSI driver can actually import this library and get the exposed metrics.
So you basically still your plugin has to import this one. You have to make code changes. I guess that's my question. You have to make code changes. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, the original idea was that you can do then Prometheus queries where you look at things like what's the number of CSI calls on the sidecar side and compare that against the number of calls on the driver side to detect things like missed or dropped calls. I'm not sure how important that one is, and I couldn't get it to work either. So that's one question that I had on chat about Prometheus, the query language. And I think I did the right query. It just doesn't give me any data. My latest theory is that Prometheus really looks at exact timestamps from two different vectors and doesn't handle the case when the timestamps don't align. You can still draw a curve over time for both matrices and compare both curves visually, but if you do a delta with Prometheus, it doesn't give you any data, which I found surprising. But
that's odd. Yeah. Is there a setting to like adjust the window that it looks at?
I don't know. I've looked at this documentation for deltas and operators, and it doesn't talk about timestamps at all. It talks about matching. It talks about matching based on the tags, but I think I got that part right.
Okay.
So the last thing is really, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I haven't used like the Prometheus API directly, but like we have this ability to like configure a window that you want to kind of aggregate results in. And I think that sort of makes it easier to compare two metrics.
I think Prometheus has something like looking at the samples within the last 5 minutes and do some average over them, for example. That is definitely needed, but that's well, perhaps if you do that and then do the delta, then it might work. But I really don't know. And now no one in the Prometheus community has responded on my query on Slack about that. So I guess I'll just put that to rest. And I think the PR here is still useful by itself. You can run queries against your driver, even if it's not enabled in the sidecars, or do other things. For example, in BMM CSI, we have communication between a controller running in the cluster centrally somewhere and the individual nodes. And with the additional parameters, I can also record metrics for that communication. So I think it's useful, even though this one particular use case doesn't work yet. And
awesome.
I brought it up again because I think you had one open comment that I hadn't addressed that I basically skipped over last week or so, and now I've updated it, so it might be ready now.
Awesome, thanks. I'll go ahead and take a look at that.
Yeah. On another topic, I also today went through the storage capacity production again in practice for an example for an upcoming Kubernetes blog about this feature. And I noticed a bug in external provisioner 2.0. That's my fault. Some last minute change for skipping over immediate binding storage classes didn't work in one code path, and I was apparently not hitting that one earlier.
That's fine.
The fix is pending in external provisioner for that. I opened the PR today.
Okay, that's fine. We can cut a patch release with it if we need to, and that's fine.
Yeah. People may run into that if they try it out, so it might be worthwhile to just, well, at our usual pace, look at the PR, merge it, do an update. There's no immediate pressure. The blog post itself is supposed to come out in a few days. It was kind of aligned with the Kubernetes release, or it was supposed to be collateral material for the release, but they put it a few days behind the actual release. And the example just works around the problem and doesn't trigger it, so that's fine, even though it uses the buggy external provisioner.
That's fine. Cool. Any other topics? All right, then we'll end for today. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.